Listening tradition serving vacationing Canadians coast to coast in Florida. Our broadcast season begins Monday, January 3rd. Here on WTAN AM and FM in Clearwater and Dunedin, 1340 and 106.1. WDCF AM and FM in Dade City, 1350 and 102.3. And WZHR AM and FM in Zephyr Hills, 1400 and 104.3. The 10 Talk Radio Network.
Hey, you new to the area or just want to know about the best hidden gems and upcoming events? Stay tuned. Be Local Buzz with Devin takes you to these places, introduces you to the best businesses, and tells you about upcoming buzz. Preset your radio to Tan Talk 1340 AM or 106.1 FM every Thursday from 4 to 5. That is the Be Local Buzz with Devin on Tan Talk 1340 AM and 106 FM every Thursday from 4 to 5. Looking forward to speaking with you.
Tune in Saturdays from 3 to 5 p.m. for Miss Sarah's Dynamic Gospel Power Show. That's 2 hours of great gospel music every Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m., all brought to you by the Ozona Pig Restaurant in Ozona. Yes, that's every Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. It's Miss Sarah's Dynamic Gospel Power Show. Tune in on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk, entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
It's now time for Connecting Caregivers with author, speaker, caregiver advocate, and talk show host Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for caregivers.
Caregivers around the world today. It's time to lift you up. It's time to celebrate. Good afternoon and welcome to Connecting Caregivers with me, Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned, because I got a whole bunch of that stuff on the show where you can find help and hope. And with me, as always, is my best friend, my co-host, and my sidekick, not sidekick, Lynn Thornley.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
I'm doing
I
well.
like your little Happy New Year hat you have on there.
Yeah, I got stuck with the dunce cap. You got the cute one.
It was very well. We got those last night when we went to the Arden Quartz affair.
We did.
So that was
So I'm wearing it proudly, and stick me in the corner anytime you want.
You look fabulous. And that handsome young man sitting next to me is my grandson, Isaac Guest. Welcome, Isaac.
It's a good time to be here. Thank you for letting me be in here.
I'm glad you're here, too.
Me too.
And we want to give a shout out to our newest listeners. We have Francine in Clearwater. We have Penny in Tampa. And we have Charisse in Ohio.
Welcome, ladies.
So welcome. Like I always say, there's plenty of room around the Connecting Caregivers table for more listeners. We added a ton of listeners this year.
Yes.
Which is very exciting because this is our last show of the year. We're going into our 5th year. Oh my goodness. And so did you see my YouTube video this morning?
I did. It was funny. The bloopers.
It was all bloopers from when I filmed my Tuesday tips. And I must say, I thought it was pretty funny.
It was very funny.
You thought it was funny too? Yeah. Because I'm really good at bloopers. So
you didn't even think you did a lot of bloopers.
No, I didn't. Well, she said I don't do hardly as much as anybody else. So
yeah, you do very well.
I guess I do okay.
And you had all those fancy outfits on, your hair changed color. All sorts of stuff happened in 2021, which we are getting rid of and going into 2022.
22
Yay.
sounds like a nice number.
Yeah.
Jim Moyer
like
year.
22.
2023.
So we have a guest calling into the show today, Kathleen Graham. She's a registered nurse, and she's from Cannabis Nurse. Oh, is she on the line?
Cindy Rogers is online.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi. I was trying to get the streaming going, and I wasn't successful, so I picked up the phone. But if you want me to get off the phone...
No, you can stay on the phone. That's fine. Is Kathleen here, too?
I don't know.
No, not yet. Okay, well, she has another minute or so to call in. So how's the weather by you today, Cindy?
Oh, a little gray, not too cold, and not raining or snowing. Just
Where's that?
Michigan.
Oh.
Detroit. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds like we'll have a little bit less than an inch between. No big deal.
It's 80 here.
Yes, it's 80 here and lovely. We're happy.
Good.
We're probably getting our little Christmas on.
Tanning.
I saw a thing on the news this morning that they have this farm around here with like a whole bunch of baby goats, and baby goats eat Christmas trees.
Oh my God.
That's what they eat.
That's
So
weird.
people can bring their Christmas trees there, and you see in like a few minutes, it's clean. There's just twigs.
That's great.
Ed's saying that's not good.
The goats will eat anything. We'll even eat the presents underneath.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
goodness,
true.
really?
Yeah, they do eat anything, but I would think that would be prickly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
silver stuff
Would they
could
choke
be
on
on it. That would be dangerous for them.
Yeah, I don't know. But you know what? I don't think there's too much tinsel anymore. Like when we were kids, it was always tinsel.
And we saved it from 1 year to the next, and it was made out of aluminum foil. Not, later it came out that it didn't wrinkle. Ever you would get it out, it was all scrunched up, and we'd throw it back on the tree.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. I kind of like the tinsel.
I do, and I haven't seen,
I don't
my
think they
trees-
really have it anymore.
I'm going to get you some. I bet I can find it online.
No, because then I'll have it in my house in August.
Mm,
You know how that tinsel goes. It's like
Mm,
it's like when you buy a real tree. It's
Yeah.
like it's 11 months later, and you're still finding pine needles underneath your furniture or wherever. It's true. But anyway, so I wanted to read this poem today that someone sent me. The author is unknown, but I think it's something we should listen to. And it's called "When I Wander." When I wander, don't tell me to come and sit down. Wander with me. It may be because I'm hungry, thirsty, or need a toilet. Or maybe I just need to stretch my legs. When I call for my mother, even though I'm 90, don't tell me she has died. Reassure me, cuddle me, ask her about me. It may be that I'm looking for the security that my mother once gave me. When I shout out, please don't ask me to be quiet or walk by. I'm trying to tell you something, but have difficulty in telling you what I want. Please be patient. Try to find out. I may be in pain. When I become agitated or appear angry, please don't reach for the drugs first. I'm trying to tell you something. I may be too hot, too bright, too noisy. Or maybe it's because I miss my loved ones. Try to find out first. When I don't eat my dinner or drink my tea, it may be because I've forgotten how to. Show me what to do. Remind me. It may be that I just need to hold my knife and fork and may not know what to do with them. When I push you away while you're trying to wash or get me dressed, maybe it's because I have forgotten what you have said. Keep telling me what you are doing over and over. Please don't rush me. Maybe others will think you're the one that needs help. With all my thoughts and maybes, perhaps it will be you who reaches my thoughts, understands my fears, and will make me feel safe. Maybe it will be you who I need to thank, if only I knew how. And I think we really need to pay attention to that. I just filmed a Tuesday tip the other day about wandering. And many times people, when a person starts to wander, first of all, if they wander once, they're going to wander again. And you need to pay attention. Are they wandering when certain individuals come to the house that may be bothering them? Are they wandering at a time where the house is really noisy? Maybe they just need. Are they on a mission? Are they looking for someone? You need to stop and have the conversation. You need to pay attention to that. Sometimes they just need some fresh air. Sometimes they just need to stretch their legs. But we're the ones that have to pay attention because they can't tell us.
like a child.
Yeah. Yeah. And why not? It's like, somebody was talking to me the other day about incontinence and that their loved one keeps urinating on the bed in the night and everything like that. Well, maybe it's come to the point where you have to remind your loved one to go to the bathroom. So instead of waiting till they wake up at 3:00 in the morning and they're very urgent and they can't get up fast enough to go or whatever, what if you wake them up at 2:00 each night and calmly take them to the bathroom?
And Depends help.
Yeah, and Depends help sometimes. But sometimes they just need to be cued. And we have to watch our loved ones as they go through the process where they're at. So Cindy, while we have you on the line, tell us a little bit about what you do.
We created Accredited Home Healthcare directory to promote high quality home care, home health care, and hospice at home care. Accreditation is so important, and a lot of people are really not familiar with the word.
Yeah, explain it to our listeners, what that is, how people get it, what it means.
Hold on. Accreditation means that a third-party reviewer is doing a quality check once every 3 years to make sure that the business, the home health care business,
Right.
is keeping up with the highest quality standards. A lot of people in this country might be familiar with the name JACO. JACO is an accrediting body that has accredited all the hospitals for about 100 years.
Okay.
Recently, they changed their business name to the Joint Commission.
Okay.
So they are the most highly regarded accreditor, and they added pharmacy and other areas that have to do with healthcare, DME, and home care and home health care
Right.
to the business products that they work on. Margarita Labson was the executive director of the home care division of the Joint Commission for a long time. And in these years that I've been working on the site, she's answered questions for me, and she's been extremely helpful.
That's fabulous.
In addition to the Joint Commission, the other two highly regarded accrediting bodies in this country are CHAP and ACHC.
Right. Most of us know ACHC, but I don't think too many know about CHAP.
Well, CHAP's been around a really long time as well,
Mm-hmm.
and it's interesting for me to share this. My career opportunity, where I learned about the value of accreditation, was the years that I spent employed at the National League for Nursing, and we worked side by side with the staff of the National League for Nursing Accrediting Commission.
Okay.
CHAP was also part of this business.
Okay.
They all go back up to more than 120 years ago, the National League for Nursing and the National League for Nursing Accrediting Commission.
It's important.
It's really important. They were setting the standards
Right.
for nursing education. That's what the National League for Nursing is. It's a nonprofit membership organization whose members are the educators of nursing, specifically.
Wow.
Nothing else. So NLN members are the deans, directors, and faculty of nursing schools in this country.
Okay.
And I got to meet so many of them in the almost 14 years before the organization relocated to Washington, D.C. So during that time, one of my responsibilities was managing the front desk and the mailroom. So I received phone calls when I had to jump in and answer the phone. People were calling to ask how they go about finding a nursing school.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it would be students, and sometimes it would be their grandparents,
Okay.
friends. And right away, I would speak to them. I said, do you know the word accreditation? Let me teach you about
Right.
how important accreditation is. In that case, it was about nursing education. If someone goes to a school, a nursing school, and they're not accredited, they probably won't receive a high-quality education to pass the test to get their degree after they've spent all that time going to school and paying.
Wow.
They probably won't be able to complete the nursing program successfully, which would be a sin.
So how do you help with that?
I know a lot about this. In addition to that problem, every nursing student, when they complete their college course, has to sit for the state board. It's called the NCLEX.
Right.
And if they've gone to a school that's not accredited, even if they graduate from the nursing program, if they aren't prepared well enough to pass the NCLEX, they're not going to get that RN.
Right.
And then again, that the tuition and time of their life that they spent in that school will not get them the job that they spent all that time to learn all that. I mean, it's very serious. The nursing program in any college or school of nursing, they're hard to get into.
Yeah.
It's very competitive, and it's high level of science
Yes.
courses. It's
It's a lot.
joke.
Yeah.
We have
The nurses are like the first responders.
I have so much respect for nurses.
I do too. And especially as we've gone through all this COVID stuff and everything, it's been so difficult. Everybody's been stretched to the edge. there have been nurses that retired this past year because they're just done.
Right.
It's really, really tough.
So what happened to me when the National League for Nursing reorganized and relocated out of New York City to Washington, D.C., the new organizational chart did not include my position of operations manager, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It was an amazing career opportunity for me. And so I was turning 60, and I went home middle of August 2013, sat down with my husband, we put our heads together, and we just thought, I couldn't get a job. It was unbelievable to me at that time that would be
right.
But that was the reality.
Yeah.
And so we created a website. We know nothing about websites.
That's how we all start out. You find a need and you figure it out.
That's right. And those words are in my About Us in our original site, nursecaregiver.com.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a niche that had to be filled. The importance of education, of accreditation in nursing education, led me to understand how important accreditation is in home care.
Yeah.
Because when people realize that they need to find home care for themselves or a loved one,
right,
they have so much more on their mind to deal with than thinking about, is there a difference in quality from one home health care business to another? Because they all charge an awful lot of money.
And how many? And there's hundreds and hundreds of them.
Thousands.
Yeah.
And the franchises are sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there are thousands of them in this country. So, and it's so much people are paying out of pocket because it's all about Medicare reimbursement, and if you're not accredited, you're not going to get Medicare reimbursement. So, like a lot of things in life, it comes down to it's all about the money. So it is so important for so many reasons. If you have an accredited home health care business employee coming into your home or your loved one's home, especially for families, these days families are spread out all over the world and all over the country, so that adult children who want to be with their parent or grandparent, they just can't be. They can't leave their entire life to be the full-time caregiver most of the time. Right. So in those cases, the franchise, I don't want to just say the franchises, but the accredited home health care businesses will stand behind their employees and offer another employee if it's not a good match, or if somebody has a car problem.
And they're licensed and they're insured and they're bonded.
Absolutely.
You know, I can't tell you how many times I get the story that, you know, the lady from church was helping me until the lady from church fell in the house and broke her hip.
Right.
And now the lady from church wants to sue me.
Right.
You know, I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. And like you say, my loved one, if I'm counting on a caregiver to come in and to take care of my loved one or maybe to administer medication or whatever, and they don't show up, if you just got that one little lady from church, you're sunk.
Right.
And that's something we really need to pay attention to. It costs a little bit of money, but peace of mind and the care of your loved one, what's more important?
They're all a lot of money. The non-accredited home health care businesses are just as much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy money.
Yeah.
It's really crazy money. Just to explain how you can get the money as reasonable as possible to only purchase nursing services when they're required.
Right.
That's the big difference. If somebody requires a lot of hours of nursing care, the costs are really prohibitive.
That's why everybody needs to get long-term health care insurance.
That's true.
Because we're all living so much longer than we ever did before.
Right.
You know, and I think it's our responsibility to do that. It's my responsibility to take care of myself.
Right.
Because all the options are expensive.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah. Whatever the options are, they're expensive.
Sometimes when people are in a situation where they have to find home health care and all the stress that they're under, They might see a commercial on TV or remember a commercial that they've seen a million times for a home health care agency, or they've picked up a hard copy pamphlet in the doctor's office.
Yep.
And no one's thinking about quality and a difference.
Well, they don't even know what home care is half the time yet.
Right.
They don't even know what it is. What's the difference between skilled and what's the difference between companion and what's the, there's so many differences.
Absolutely.
People don't even know the questions to ask. That's one of the reasons I have this show, to educate and to let people know. And I am very, very careful on what companies I affiliate myself with.
Right.
Because this is a tough industry and there are all sorts of scammers out there about everything.
Right.
And my caregivers are very, very vulnerable, and they know when I give them a referral,
It's a good one.
yeah, they're going to be taken care of. It's really.
And I thank you for allowing us to be promoted on your show today.
Yeah. But it's really very important that we do that, because many times they're making this decision in a time of stress or a last minute thing. Because what happens with caregivers, you either become a caregiver overnight, your loved one had a stroke, a fall, or whatever it is, or it's so gradual that you don't realize it until you're ready to jump off the bridge.
No, it creeps up on you.
Yeah. Just one more day, you got to do one more thing. The next day, you got to do one more thing. And you just keep running. And the caregiver feels this is my responsibility.
Right.
So it's tough. But please stay with us. It's time to hear from our wonderful partners. So don't go away, because you know the deal. If you don't hear from them, you don't hear from me. So stay tuned for Connecting Caregivers Radio.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Are you looking for compassionate and dependable home care for you or a loved one? Assisting Hands Home Care, serving Pinellas and Pasco counties, can help.
The day came that taking care of my mother was no longer the best thing for me or for her. Between kids and a job, I couldn't give her the attention she needed and deserved, and I was overwhelmed. So I reached out to Assisting Hands Home Care. Now I can see what an important decision that was, and I feel confident that my mother has compassionate and dependable caregivers who help her to stay happy, healthy, and home. Today, I'm able to visit with my mother and enjoy our time together, which is exactly what we both needed.
Assisting Hands Home Care. Call today for your free in-home consultation. In Pinellas, call 727-748-4211 or visit assistinghands.com. When you can't do it all, give Assisting Hands a call.
Arden Quartz is not just a place to live. It's a place to call home. Residential living combined with quality caregiving. This is the philosophy behind Arden Quartz. Communities created exclusively for individuals with Alzheimer's disease and related dementia who would benefit from a safe and structured environment. For additional information about any of the unique services Arden Quartz provides, call 888-478-2410 to locate a community nearest you. Inquire about our educational seminars, resource library, or support groups, or simply feel free to ask questions you may have about Alzheimer's and related dementias. At Arden Quartz, we know, we understand, and we can help, because memory care is all we do. Remember, call 888-478-2410 for additional information about any of the unique services Arden Quartz provides.
Introducing the life-changing Footbar Walker.
I'm Peggy from Danville, Kentucky, and I'm 91 years old. The Footbar Walker revolutionized my care of George. It absolutely benefits the patient and the caregiver both, and that's the beauty of it. It's so easy to use. It folds up just like a dream. I got it in and out of the car without any effort at all. The saving that I made from having to put him in a nursing home came to about $192,000.
Does someone you love use a walker? Do they struggle to get up from a seated position? Are you a caregiver dealing with physical pain and stress as you help your patient? The Footbar Walker was designed to assist not only the patient, but also the caregiver. Patients have more control standing up, and no lifting from the caregiver is required. See how it works at thefootbarwalker.com. That's thefootbarwalker.com. Peggy, would you recommend the Footbar Walker?
Do I ever? I would not be in the health that I'm in today at this age had it not been for the Footbar Walker.
I love her accent. Footbar Walker.
I know it.
But it's really fabulous. My friends from A&E Corner checked it out, and they got like the award for the year for one of the pieces of equipment. Yeah, that helps people more than anything. And they actually, they're going to be on the show soon.
It amazes me because it's two very young women that do that.
Yeah.
They're wonderful.
Aren't they?
Aren't they?
Absolutely. They are wonderful. We're going to be collaborating with them in the new year, and we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm very
good.
excited. That's one thing I find that, well, especially in the Tampa Bay area, but all over the world, we have people that really want to work together. People that make a difference. People that I'm not worried about you're stepping on my toes. We're just working together to help each other.
Absolutely.
And it makes all the difference in the world. So let's talk about this live cannabis nurse webinar that you're offering. What's going on with that?
January 15th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Kathleen Graham, the cannabis nurse, her website is cannabisnurse.com, is hosting a live webinar that nurses can get 1 continuing education credit.
Okay.
She'll be discussing dosing and answering questions, and she will stay on after the live webinar hour to answer any questions that came in through the chat.
Fabulous.
So everyone that registers and attends the course.
And is there a charge for the course?
It's $49.99.
Okay. And where can people find that course?
Excuse me?
Where can people register for that? How can people register for it?
Kathleen Graham will be. Let me.
Well, if you let Linda know later,
Yeah,
we'll
I'll
put it on the
in
website.
the website and put the information on there.
Okay, thank you.
So that they'll just be able to do it. So talk to me about why you think this is important. Why cannabis nurse is important.
It's really important because we're usually talking about seniors.
Right.
And if seniors were familiar with cannabis in the 60s,
right,
they are not going to be familiar with what this industry is these days. It's a completely different product.
Exactly.
A different language. And there are most people, any age, and certainly seniors, are taking some over-the-counter medications, vitamins,
right,
and other medications, prescription medications. So they really need to have a discussion with their doctor when they're considering taking any additional medications.
Or over the counter.
Right, right. So we created an ebook. It's a free, downloadable, medically reviewed ebook that the purpose is to help seniors be prepared to have that really important conversation with their doctor.
Okay.
It's a primer that gives basic information to keep learning more.
And where can people find that?
At the website, accredited homehealthcare.directory.
Okay, and like I said, I'm going to put all this information in the the description of the show and everything, which I think is great. Because I see it every day. Because like you said, it's that those people from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and it's a whole different ballgame what's going on now.
Right.
And there are people that used to be afraid of it. I go and I speak around to different civic organizations, and a while back I spoke with this one civic organization. At the end of the meeting, they pass around a basket, happy dollar, sad dollar, whatever. So you say, my kid just graduated, my grandchild did this. And this one guy puts $1 in the basket and he said, we moved to Florida 25 years ago, went over to my son's house and he had a bong on the table. And my wife said, this is a drug den. I will never come in this house again. He goes, this morning I took her to pick up her medical marijuana. But it's true.
Right. It is true.
Because I am frightened with the amounts of medications that people are taking.
Right. And there are some medications that are blood thinners. I've been told they are called the grapefruit group, that people can't.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a conflict with taking CBD. It's a serious conflict.
Oh.
So I didn't know that when I first got involved with this. I was so excited to purchase CBD, and I sent it to 3 women who are close friends of mine for a long, long time. And one of them called me up as soon as she received it. I didn't tell them. I thought, oh, this is the most wonderful gift. They'll receive it in the mail. And she called me up. She said, oh, Cindy, I can't take this. She has,
wow.
has a heart problem.
Wow.
Cindy, we have Kathleen on the phone.
Oh, great. Thank you. Go ahead, Kathleen.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Guys, this afternoon. Wonderful, thank you.
The cannabis nurse?
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
So tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
I am a certified hospice and palliative care registered nurse. So when our laws changed, people came into hospice care utilizing cannabis, and I became curious, and then I became educated to be a better nurse to meet my patients where they were.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned a lot of interesting stuff about cannabis and how it could help. And it also comes along with adverse reactions.
Yeah. It's so important. There's a whole education that is needed there. And there are so many opportunities where people can get help that they just don't know about.
Yes, that's true.
So tell me about the webinar that's coming up.
I actually brought back all this information and created courses that offer continuing education credits for nurses. And so this course will offer one continuing education credit, and it helps to renew our nurse license.
Right.
And it includes information about the endocannabinoid system, benefits and risk, talks about the methods of administration, some adverse reactions and what to do about them.
Mm-hmm. And how often do you do these webinars?
Right now, this is the second live webinar that I've done. So I would like to try to do them monthly, but not sure that's going to work out.
Well, we'll have to chat a little bit. I have a 3-day conference coming up in May 3rd, 4th, or 5th with like 20 presenters. Maybe we could do something to work together.
I would like that.
Yeah, I had one in November, and we had over 400 participants, over 20 sessions over 3 days. It was absolutely fabulous because now we have so many other opportunities to give people education with webinars and Zoom and everything else that's out there. Do you find the same thing?
Yes. That's the good thing about the pandemic is that it's brought a lot of things virtual and given more access.
Well, especially for me with my caregivers. You think you want to go get dressed up to come to a support group, and then you have to find someone to care for your loved one, and then you have to drive there and you have to park there. You know, it's a project. I know when we first went virtual, I was like, oh, I don't feel comfortable doing a support group over Zoom. I want to touch people. I want to be with people. But it's just been fabulous. I now have people in my support groups and workshops from all over the United States and Canada and Europe. So it's been a good thing.
Yes.
At least one good thing came out of COVID.
Yes, one good thing. Well, I think a lot of people will start doing stuff live and virtual together. I think that's what's going to happen after this.
I hope so. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, because people are really thirsting to be back live.
Yes, exactly. Nothing replaces that human interaction.
Yeah.
But it's good that we all learned a little bit. So in the future, like I couldn't go up north this Christmas, so I Zoomed with my nieces, and it's like, Zoom. I'm like, whew. I'm very techie now.
Yes, you are.
I did a Zoom.
Yeah, it's all good.
I thought this internet thing was going to be gone by now, but it's not.
No, it's never going away. It's never going away.
It's getting bigger.
Yes, it's getting better. And so we have to embrace it. That's all.
Okay.
We have to embrace it. I just think it gives us a whole lot more opportunity.
It does.
But there's nothing like being live. Yeah.
No.
So, so what made you decide to do this?
I met with Cindy, and prior my courses were online, self-paced. And so as I was talking with Cindy and Accredited Home Health Directory, we decided, they came up with this idea to incorporate the online class with a live question and answer to help nurses that have questions, that want to know more specific details about how to take care of the patients that choose to use it. And I thought it was just a wonderful idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea because we need to get any avenue we can share together to get the information out there is, I think, so important. this morning I do a Tuesday tip for caregivers, which is like a 2 to 5 minute tip every Tuesday. And so this morning I posted on YouTube and LinkedIn and everywhere a bloopers of all my tips from this past year, all my bloopers.
It's not as informative as the
No,
others.
it's not as informative as what I normally do. But, it reached a lot of people. A lot of people sent me back a message. Oh, I had a laugh. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for that. And that's a really good thing.
Oh, you feel so much better when you laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. I love laughter.
Yeah. And then people just say, with me, it's what you see is what you get. So
I remember I went online, years ago, one time only I thought I'd do the dating thing. And they asked me, what did I want in a man? And I said, someone who makes me laugh. Some guy sent me knock-knock jokes. I thought, no.
I don't know. I think I would want to meet him. I think that's pretty funny.
No.
It's tough dating out there. I'll
No,
tell ya.
I one time that was it for me.
It's a tough world out there.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh.
It's a tough world out there.
So, ladies, I'm so glad that you were on the call with us today, on the show with us today. What's the last thing you want to say to my caregivers? And please repeat your information where they can find you, and I will put all the information in the show description.
Go ahead, Kathleen. Let them know how they can register and find out details about the webinar, please.
You can go to either one of our websites at Accredited Home Health Directory, and I'll let Cindy tell more about that, or you can go to cannabisnurse.com, and cannabis is CANNABIS nurse.com.
Fabulous. And Cindy?
Accredited Home Health Care .directory. This is not a .com.
Okay.
Accredited Home Health Care .directory. We'd love for you to take a look at our site. We saturated the directory with accredited home health care businesses in the United States. They're searchable easily by state, and then they're alphabetical by city.
Fabulous.
And we've got articles that inform and educate about worthwhile, valuable, important information. And that's what we do because we care. We care about people. We want to be sure that when people need home care and home health care, they are receiving high quality, accredited.
That's what they need, right?
Yeah, because they're taking care of your loved one.
Yeah.
Your most important thing there is.
Right.
Yeah, it's so
So
important.
you can't make a mistake. You can't bring in.
Right.
You can't make one mistake, and learning from it could be disastrous.
Yeah,
People could
be very disastrous.
It's terrible. So the first choice you have to make is an accredited choice.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, ladies. I really appreciate you, and we'll catch up more soon.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Thanks. Have a delicious day.
Happy New Year.
Healthier to
Happy
everybody.
New Year.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
And now it's time to hear from our wonderful partners, because you know the story. They got good stuff to tell you, so don't go away. We'll be right back on Connecting Caregivers Radio.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Choosing the right chiropractor is an important choice to make. Located in Seminole, the Alexander Spine Center team is trained on the latest chiropractic treatments and technologies. At Alexander Spine Center, you'll find chiropractic and physical therapy care that is safe, effective, and a natural approach to pain and other health-related issues. Chiropractic unlocks your body's potential and natural healing process to ensure your life is a healthy life. We treat clients from the womb to the tomb. Call 727-397-3000 for a free consultation today, or visit our website at www.alexanderspinecenter.com.
They take good care of me twice a week. And did you know they got the Reader's Choice Award for 2019 for the best chiropractic in Pinellas County? So check them out. Arden Quartz is an assisted living facility designed to care for those that are struggling with dementia or Alzheimer's, where families and residents can feel the freedom with a nurse on site 24/7. Arden Quartz provides specialized memory care in a safe and nurturing environment. They recognize every individual's physical, mental, and social needs and provide a secure environment that fosters independence for as long as possible. Walking paths, visual cues, and home-like amenities invoke a sense of freedom and independence. At Arden Quartz, their goal is to make your loved one as comfortable, independent, and healthy as possible. They offer 10 hours a day of activities and programming with a unique setting of a home-like environment and 4 theme houses. It warms my heart to see how happy the residents are. Please call or stop in to talk with a representative. Arden Quartz of Seminole at 727-517-7800, Largo 727-559-8411, or Palm Harbor 727-771-1600. Give them a call.
Guaranteed to make you laugh through your tears, Linda Burhan's book, Good Night and God Bless, is filled with humor and heartfelt inspiration to aid anyone facing the challenge of caring for a loved one at the end of life. Her story offers hope for human strength and understanding of weaknesses during a difficult time. Life doesn't normally prepare us to become a loved one's caregiver. When it happens, it's usually sudden. A diagnosis of an illness, age-related frailty, dementia, and life suddenly is anything but normal. And because we don't even know what we don't know, where do we turn to for help or guidance? In Connecting Caregivers, Answers to the Questions You Didn't Know You Needed to Ask, Linda offers information, education, and inspiration from her own experience and from experts whose advice, practical tools, and personal stories will empower and guide you. Make sure to add these inspiring books to your collection today. Available on Amazon.com.
Oh my goodness, we're just laughing here. Got some stuff coming up?
I have one stuff.
Yeah, what do you got?
January 6th at 11:15 to 12:15 Eastern Time, Tam Cummings, Arden Quartz presents Conversations with Dr. Tam Cummings virtually. During this webinar, I don't know why I can't read today, Dr. Cummings will explore signs of memory loss due to the normal aging process and signs of cognitive changes which could be an early warning sign of dementia. Please go to lindaburhans.com. Linda will send you the link.
Okay, and then so all my groups have changed. So I have 3 groups a month. The first one is going to be the first Friday of every month at 11 a.m. The journaling workshop will be the second Thursday at 11 a.m. And the other support group will be the third Thursday at 11 a.m. And I believe my webmaster just put everything up on the website now. You'll also see that there are support groups there from Debbie Savage. Like she does a night group. And I will be in the next couple of months listing some other support groups from some other people because I know they're very needed. And if they're out there, I just want to get that information out there. So I think that's really good. And especially the journaling workshop. It definitely reduces your stress. It definitely makes you feel better. I can guarantee it. Just come and visit one and talk to some of the other people that are part of the group. We've been doing this for a year now. And we build relationships. And we get to have a conversation. It's really very nice. Also, I talked recently. The Area Agency on Aging is offering 1,000 free video Ring doorbells for people over the age of 60 that are residents of Pasco or Pinellas. You just have to have working Wi-Fi, high-speed internet. And you need to own a mobile device, like a cell phone or something, for the whole thing to work.
What about if you have an iPad? No, because it's not a phone number.
Oh, that might be all right.
I don't know, because I couldn't go on Viber with it.
Well, I'm not sure. The link will be in the show description, or you can email me at lindaburhans@AOL. I'll send you the link. Or you can go to www.agingcarefl.org. So I sent this information out a couple weeks ago, and some of my caregivers were like, heck, that was really good. We were able to hook up with it. So I don't know how many more they have left, but I think it's a really good thing to have. It just gives you more peace of mind before you're opening your front door to know who is there.
Yep.
I know with my Ring doorbell, I got it because when my husband passed away, he left me a gun. I'm not, you know me, I'm not a gun girl. I'm a blooper. And so I did go and learn how to work it, and I shot it and everything.
The great songs and the great.
But if somebody comes into my front door and comes up the stairs and comes into my bedroom, I'm not going to grab no gun. I'm not going to be able to do nothing. But if I'm upstairs in my bedroom and somebody comes in my front door, it gives me time to lock my bedroom door. It gives me time to call the police.
Get your gun.
Time to jump out the window. But I can see that on the Ring doorbell, which is kind of cool.
Yes, it is cool.
And even when I was away recently, I could see if anybody was like by my house, like a guy came by to measure my fence or something.
Hopefully you're getting a new one.
Yeah, I think we're getting new fences, so that's very exciting to me. So and it was
sad when that's the highlight of your year.
Yeah, a new fence.
I'm getting a new fence.
But it was kind of fun. We were talking, you and I were talking earlier about people that got surprised during the holidays.
I know.
So tell me what happened with Bernice.
I thought Bernice was going to go take her mom to see the brother about 100 miles away, but then I think it was bad weather, and so they were just going to have, her mother's 99, so they were having a quiet Christmas. And who showed up but the whole family, the brother, the wife, the kids, and it just and presents, Bernie said, and they just...
It's so wonderful when that happens. And I've heard of quite a few people saying, my kids came and surprised me, because a lot of people didn't see each other last year, or maybe even the year before.
I had a wonderful Christmas. Did you?
Yes. I had a great Christmas.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, yes. I had pumpkin pie for breakfast.
Yes, you did.
It was delicious. Oh, it was a good Christmas.
Yeah.
And the weather was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I got all dressed up in high heels and went to my sister's.
That's nice. But we went out to lunch on Christmas Eve.
Yes, dinner.
Dinner, lunch, whatever. That was really nice.
That's right, because Christmas has been in between. I got a new GPS because my GPS has maps from 2007, and my phone doesn't do that type of thing.
Yeah.
So,
probably those roads aren't even there. Your things from 2007.
Yeah,
how many new roads have they built?
It's fine over in St. Pete.
Oh, in your little neighborhood.
But it's not good in Palm Harbor because 19's gone across, cut off this and that. And so I'm very excited to use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're a little smaller now. When I first bought Jack, the first one, it was like the size of a football field. That's
what I was telling Tommy's friend the other day about the first cell phones.
Jack had one.
Yeah, it was like as big as a shoebox.
Oh, bigger.
And the box in your car, like to charge it, was as big as a shoebox.
Yeah.
And Tommy's friend is looking at me like he's 17, like I'm crazy. And he could not understand that there was no cell phones then.
I like that much better, but whatever.
I said, we used to keep a quarter in our shoe. He said, why? I said, for the payphone. He's like, what are you talking about? And not just that.
Try and find one now.
So I surprised him too. I said, besides that, sometimes when you used to have to go to the toilet, you had to pay.
Yes.
You went in the department store, it was like a quarter to go to the bathroom.
You must be younger than me because everything was a dime for me.
Maybe it was a dime. No, the phone in the end was a quarter. And when I was younger, it was a dime. But I guess when my daughter was a quarter, probably.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, we always don't go out without your dime.
But yeah, well, I used to have penny loafers. You could fit it in where the penny went.
That wasn't cool. We didn't put anything in our penny loafers.
You didn't?
No, that was corny. That's the nerds did that.
You Canadians. Nerds?
Yeah, the nerds did that. We were cool. And then the ones who put shiny pennies in, oh my goodness.
Are you serious?
Oh, that was the biggest ha-ha.
I'm glad I didn't hang out with you.
Well, we wouldn't have. You know that. You were too good.
And you were too sassy.
Yeah, we were.
You and your girlfriends.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Though they got a laugh out of my my little blooper video.
Yeah, you got quite an audience up in Canada now.
It's fun. It's all good.
They're all.
Well, my dad always said have a laugh. So it kind of makes me feel good to say that.
Do you know that I actually at home, if I'm feeling a little blue over something, I'll fake laugh, and it really does help. It gets your endorphins going, and I feel a little silly that, if anyone came to the front door, who's here? Oh, just me. But yeah, it does.
You open your front door, who's over there? You just start laughing. They're like, "What are you doing?" Oh, I'm just cheering myself up.
But it does work.
It does work.
Sadness is.
You remember when Rosa Carlyle was on the show, and she did the yoga laughter? Yeah. I did the podcast about was really interesting. Oh, and Bernie's mom is going to do a podcast. 99 years old.
I know. You should have her and Mama Rose on together.
I know.
Wouldn't that be fun?
We'll see Mama Rose Sunday. So.
It's so sad because it's like you don't have any peers anymore.
No. And they got plenty to say, those two. They're very vocal. They're pretty healthy, and they have opinions. And
Bernie's mother actually did a comedy show a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a comedy
She
show.
always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I think she won the contest.
I would believe it.
I know Mrs. Morrison differently. I knew her following her to the office with Bernie, and she had her Cossack boots on, and Bernie and I are in trouble, so we were following into the principal's office.
Really? That's how you remember her?
Yes.
Oh, see, I just remember I just met her like when she was 90-something. She was just a sweet lady to me.
No, Bernie and I got caught taking off school, and we were in
big trouble.
I remember she said to me, I'm taking Bernie to the principal's office. You don't have to come. And I went, I'll go. Well, how could I just send my friend in?
Right. You know you're going to have to go sooner or later anyway.
Yeah. Someday
At least if you're both together.
Someday we'll tell you that story. It was very funny.
I hope Mrs. Marston doesn't talk about it on the podcast.
We
better not give her any fire.
I don't think, hopefully she doesn't remember. I don't know.
Well, she just did a radio interview.
She did. And she's doing a whole one, but Bernie sent us part of it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be you at 99. I won't be around to see it.
I'll be having my own
or
TV
hear
show.
it.
I'll be having my own TV show then.
I don't know by then if you'll have a TV face,
That's
honey.
the plan. I don't know. They see my face all the time.
It's a radio face when you're 99, I think. Although maybe not.
Maybe
as
not.
long as you have some teeth.
You have to have teeth for everything. You have to have teeth for everything. And today there's plenty of choices on how to get teeth.
Guess what we're doing when we leave here?
We're going to have champagne and shrimp.
Not only that, we're going to buy the winning lotto Powerball ticket.
Yeah, what is it now? Like $450 million? Oh, my goodness.
We're going to share
Next
it,
week, I
maybe.
could own this radio station.
Yeah. Watch it, Ed.
Wouldn't that be so much fun?
Would it? It really is more fun. I like to just say, well, if I had that, I would do this, this, and that. And then you get nothing. I usually get no numbers, but that's okay because you have that anticipation.
I got 2 numbers the other day, so I get a free ticket. I always feel like good about that.
I never buy them.
I just
Except
buy it
when they're
once in a while.
450 million. Because what's 10 million?
Yeah, exactly. 450 million. First thing I'm doing is I'm buying myself an airplane and a pilot.
I was just buying a pilot.
You're just buying the pilot? Yeah, you don't care about the plane.
No. We'll find things to do.
Well, it's been a great year.
Yes.
I'm glad that you're back. You were gone for a while. I was lonely in this station for a while, but I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad that our guests are back and that we are getting out there. But still, everybody get vaccinated. Be careful.
Be careful.
I hear of a lot of people getting sick, very sick, the ones that didn't get vaccinated. And I usually don't say too much about that, but it's just very troubling. It's really very troubling. So please think about that. Please, anybody that's going out tonight, watch the drinking and driving. You can call AAA. They'll drive you home for free if you have an issue. I don't think too many of my caregivers are really going to be doing that. But
I'm not even going out of my park. I decided I'm not going out. It's not me I'm worried about. It's the crazies out there.
Right. I don't want to drive. I just don't want to drive. I don't want to deal with it. All right. So we will see you next week in 2022. Remember, God loves you all the time and have a delicious day.
When you're down and trouble and you